How profitable is importation business in Nigeria or in any Africa country? This is a question a lot of people have been asking me for the past few months now. And the reason why they're asking this question is because recently, after the removal of fuel subsidy, a lot of things have changed. The way people react to things they buy online and all that. And a lot of people are also struggling to it. So people are wondering, people that want to go into the business are wondering, is this business still profitable with all these things happening right now in the country? So in today's video, I'm going to be using my August sales to do the analysis to know if it's really worth it to go into importation business right now or is not worth it. And before we go into the video, the purpose of this video is not to show off or to brag. It's just like case study and to open your eyes to say what you stand to gain or what you stand to lose when you are doing importation business. So the first part of this video is going to be the case study of my August sales, the sales I make throughout August. And the second part of this video is going to be frequent asked questions that people usually ask me when they are planning to go into importation business. If after I went to this video and you watch every part of this video and you still have a question, what you want to do is drop it in the comment section. And I will also advise you not to skip any part of this video so that you can get the idea of what you are trying to do here. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. As I said earlier, we are going to be using the sales I made in August as the case study. So let me just go to my sales dashboard. So for my CRM or pipeline or tracking, anyhow you want to call it, I use Begin by Zoho, and the reason why I use them is that they are easy to use and they are not that expensive. So if you are into importation business or e-commerce business in general, and you are trying to maximize how you track your customer, the kind of thing that is happening in the background, if you are not in charge, even though you are in charge and you want to know what is going on with the order your customer places, then I will highly suggest you get one of these CRM software to help you do that. For me, I'm using Begin by Zoho, and right there on my dashboard, you can, these are all the order I've gotten so far, that is on pending that they are yet to deliver. So we have some of them here, and some of them are supposed to be delivered today, like this supposed to be delivered today, and this also is supposed to be delivered today. So this supposed to be delivered tomorrow, and so on and so forth. Why this part is where I put anybody that is currently here, we try to deliver to him, but maybe the person is not picking on all that. We are going to move it here. And so far, these are my close one and these are my close loss. But basically, we are trying to figure out per month. That is how much you can make from this business per month. So I'm just going to come to this dashboard. And from this dashboard, I'm just going to refresh this. I'm going to refresh it again. And from here, you can see that so far this month, we have made about 1.295. That is 1,295,500 so far this month. And last month, we made 1.3,500,000. So I'm just going to come back to this, and I'm just going to put that here. Now, once I do that, most people will just think that this is the amount you made when you are talking about how much you made from the sales. This is the actual sales, and there are other things to consider before this place take effect. And one of those things is advertisement. So right now, I'm just going to go into my Facebook ads dashboard to check how much I've spent so far this month to get this amount of sales. So basically this month I use 2 ads accounts to run adverts, and the reason is because for every product I'm trying to run adverts for, I prefer to run it on different ads accounts, just in case one of the ads accounts has issue, then I can just jump into the second one, then start running adverts. But so far this ads account, this particular ads account is that account that I run a lot of the adverts, and this is the sales for today. If I refresh this, you can see that I've already generated about 12 sales today, and this is about 11 o'clock, so more sales are still going to come in before the end of today. So but what we are trying to get is that we're trying to get the analysis of this month, which is this. So if you check here, you can see that from August 1st to August 31st, which is throughout the month. So I'm just going to update it, and from here you can see that so far we have gotten about 272 sales. That is according to Facebook. One thing you should know about this Facebook sales is that sometimes some of these customers might place order twice, while sometimes Facebook itself might record the order twice or something like that. So most time what you are going to find there is not going to correspond with what you are going to find in your inbox. Sometimes Facebook might tell you that, okay, you had 9 orders and you went to your inbox and you see like 5 or 6 orders, so it's just normal. So from here you can see this is the amount of total sales we have gotten from Facebook. But if I scroll down here, this is the cost per result, and you can see that Facebook is charging me like 1,000 per conversion here, 600 naira per conversion on this, and 1,000 per conversion here, and 800 naira per conversion here. So if you want to ask me if this conversion is okay, I will say the conversion is decent and it's not too low and it's not too high, so it's just like normal conversion rates. And sometimes this might be high, while sometimes this might be low. I can get as high as 4,000 naira per conversion sometimes, and I can get as low as 300 naira per conversion sometimes. So if I left there, what we are trying to look at for is this amount spent. So throughout this month, I've spent about 44,000 naira, 55, 58, 74 here. So in total, we have spent about 231,376 naira. So if I'm to record this on the analysis, I'm just going to say we have spent about 232,000 naira on advertisement. So let's just come back to this. I'm just going to type another thing you want to consider when you are running importation business or e-commerce business is logistics. The process of you moving the product from your place to the customer, or from your office to the customer, or from your house to the customer. So these are the logistics, and this is kind of more expensive. This is what will determine if the product is going to be high or is going to be low, because the bitter truth right now is that if you are selling products online and you are offering free delivery, a lot of people are going to patronize you. So if you are going to the importation business, I will advise you that you should always add the price of the logistics to the product. At the end of the day, the product might look expensive, but you get the point. People are still going to buy it, and they are going to feel that, okay, this person is offering me free delivery, so I'm not going to pay for delivery, while other vendors are offering like 2,000 or 3,000 naira for delivery. So here for logistics, I'm going to say, if you come back to my dashboard, you can see that this month, this is the total one, which is the successful delivery. That is what they call total one. That is the total one here, the pipeline one. So it was 112, that is over 112 orders were successfully delivered this month. So if I have to put that into perspective, I usually pay my delivery agents between 2,500 to 3,000, but in rare cases, like it's very rare for me to pay like 3,500 sometimes. And the reason why the percentage is like 4 to 5%. Like for every 100 successful order that was delivered, about 4 or 5 of them, maybe I'm going to pay them like that 3,500. So it was very rare. So on average, I'm just going to say I paid them 2,007. So if I come back to this calculator and I type 2,007, then multiply it by the number of order that was successfully delivered, which is 112. So times 112 equal to. So you can see from here that I spent about 300,000 naira on logistics. Let's just say 303. So here you can see that this is the amount we spend on adverts, this is the amount we spend on logistics, and the other expenses like data and web hosting, websites, domain and all that, and maybe staff. I have one full-time staff in my office. Is the person that helped me with the order confirmation and attend to my customer when necessary, because I'm not always available, and the moment you start making yourself unavailable for your customer, then you are going to be losing out on some sales. So I'm going to say for the other expenses, I'm just going to say I spent about 50,000 naira. Now, when it comes to the product, you are selling that you spend money on adverts, logistics, and all those things. You are still going to, you have a product you are selling, which is where we are going to be, what we are going to be doing now. So I forget, as I said earlier, I have two ads account that I use to run adverts. So skip my mind, and this is the second ad account, which I also use to run adverts. And if I come to this this month, sorry, this is this week, this month, which is from August 1st to August 31st, I'm just going to click on update, and you can see here that I spent another 13,000 naira here. So basically, I have two products that are sold throughout this month, and this particular product, it was this testing product that I was testing if the product is going to do well in the market or not. But I'm going to say the product actually do well. As you can see, the conversion rate, the cost per conversion is like 500 naira, and I have about 25 sales. But after I got this 25 sales, I was only able to deliver just 3 out of that 25. So it was very bad, and there's a lot of complaint about the product and all that. So I just have to drop that advert. So now here I spent 13,000. So we're going to calculate this 13,000 to our advert cost here. We have 232 here. So plus that 13,000, that means we are going to be getting. So we spent 245 on advert. So let's come back to our product cost. As I said earlier, I sold 2 types of products throughout this month. And one of these products is the product I've been selling since last year, and this product is still doing well in the market. So this product, I actually got it from China for about 300 naira, and I pay additional 450 naira for shipping. So in total, I was spending about 750 to buy and ship this product to Nigeria. And so far, I've sold 201 of that product. And the reason why I sold that is because if you come to my sales pipeline, you can see that I only deliver 112, like more than 12 orders. You might be wondering how come I deliver 112 order and I say I sold 105 pieces of that product. And the reason is because if I come back to this pipeline and if you check this this one order, which is the successful delivery, the 85 you see here is for 1 pieces. This is 1 pieces. But the moment you see this 15,005 is when I deliver 3. And the reason why it was so low is because, you know, if you do the normal calculation, 8,005 times 3 is supposed to be 25,500. But because I was trying to get as many as possible sales, and I'm still going to make profit anyway. So what I do is that when they buy 2, I give them discounts and I give them extra 1 for free. By doing this, they will just feel like, instead of me buying 1 for 8,005, let me just buy 2 and get extra 1 free for the price of like 15,005. So basically, they are going to be paying about 5,000 naira each to buy 1 pieces when they buy 3, instead of paying 8,500 naira each to buy 1. And the moment you see what is it? The moment you see 20,000 naira here is when they deliver 4. So if they deliver 4, I'm going to be selling it for them for 20,000 naira. They will order for 3 for 20,000. They will give them extra 1 for free. So I've went through all this and I've done the normal calculation of the pieces I sold, not the successful delivery. Now it was the pieces I sold, and the pieces was 201. So if I come back to my calculator, 201, and I want to multiply it by 750 that I was getting the product from China, 750 is going to be, so far I use about 150,000 to buy this product. So I'm just going to copy it and come back here, paste it. Then for this other product that I said the delivery rate was very low, you can basically see here that I got 25 sales for this order, but most of these customers are not serious and I don't just know. So only 3 of them end up buying this product. So and I got this product from China for about 3,005 plus shipping is about 4,005. So if I come back here and 4,005 times 3, which is what they deliver, I'm going to be getting about 13,500 that I spent to buy these 3 products, 13,500. And I was selling this 4,500 products, I was selling it for 17,500 plus delivery plus everything, 17,500. So I was still making reasonable amount of profit, but the only problem is that the delivery rate was very, very low. So I have to drop the product and see how I can re-strategize myself to maybe I can just add free gifts or add something that will make them more serious to buy it. So basically I spent 13,500 to buy this second product. So if I come back to here and I add it to this one, so 150,750. So if I add it, you can see that we have about, let me just copy this and come back here. So basically these are the expenses I've done so far by getting this kind of sales. And I know that most time we seller told you that this is how much sales we made, but in the back end we don't actually tell you how much we spend to get these sales and how much is our profits. Now you can see that we spent about 245 on adverts for the 2 products. We spent about 300k on logistics, which is delivery. And when it comes to delivery, I don't mean dispatch rider or something like that. In my company, I use what they call self-delivery agent. These are the kind of people that just normal people that don't have bike and all that. So these people can help you deliver faster, and they can help you to communicate with your customer faster, which will make you close more sales. So if you are still using a logistic company, then you might want to try out using self-delivery agent. I also use logistic company like GIG, but I only use them when I have order that is not within Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. For now, I cover those 3 locations. So if there's any order coming outside this location, what I do is that I collect what they call commitment fee. So by the time they pay this commitment fee of 2,500, then that is when I'm going to send them the order. Most of the time they are going to end up picking up the order, but if you don't do it like that, they have nothing to lose. So the order might just get to them, maybe like Onisha or Owerri or something like that, and they will just say that their grandpa just died, they are not available, they travel out or something like that. So this is something that will always happen, and by the time the order gets there, you have already spent money for the logistic company, because this logistic company are going to take their payment before they actually ship out. So I find this more effective and order. So on logistic, we spend that amount. On other expenses like staff, data, website hosting, website domain, and all that, we spend extra 50,000. Then for the product itself, you can see that we spend just 164,000 to get the product. So in total, we spend about 761,615. So I'm just going to copy this and come back to this place. Then you can see this is the total expenses that we spent, both to buy the product, to ship the product, to deliver the product, for the advert, for everything. That is how much we spend to make this amount of sales. So by the time we minus this total sales from these total expenses, you can see that we are left with 533,815 naira. And so from what we have seen here so far, as I said earlier, I don't make this video for any form of bragging or show off. I just make it so that it can help 1 or 2 people out there to know if this product business actually worth it or not. So you can see that the total expenses we had is about 761, and after we remove it from this amount, we are left with 553,000 naira profit. So if you feel like making 1,295,500 naira sales by month and making profit of 500 plus by month makes sense to you, then you might want to go into e-commerce business, because right now the minimum wage in Nigeria is about 30,000 naira, which is less than $35. So but from here, this 500,000 is about $500. So you can compare the $35 to $500. And I'm not trying to say that immediately you enter into this business, you are going to make 500,000 naira profits every month. In fact, it might not happen in 2 years time, might not happen in 3 years time. As the matter of fact, I've been running e-commerce business, mini importation business since 2018. And from what we have seen here so far, you can see that, to me, I don't know I don't know any business, even real estate, say speaking, even real estate business cannot give you this kind of profit in 1 month, in 30 days. So, and as I said earlier, this is not any form of bragging or show off, but it's just to open your eyes to know if this business actually worth it or not. And as I said earlier, you might not make up to 500,000 in your first, second, third year of doing this business, but definitely someday you are going to make this kind of money. So that this thing will not look like it's an audio money and maybe it's not real. I've showed you my Facebook ad dashboard, which I spent about, this one is about 230,000, and I've also showed you my sales pipeline, which shows that I've made 1,295,500. And you can see from here, last month I made over 1.3 million. So if I scroll down here, you can see these are all the sales I've made so far, and you can see that my sales was really low as at October last year. Then November, the sales was a little bit doing well. Then this is where my sales start doing pretty well, which is this around April, where I make 1.2 million. So as I said earlier, so that this thing will not look like audio money, I'm going to log into my business account. Alright, so for my business account, I add 3 accounts, which is, I have the main account and I have other 2 accounts, which is this sub account. So we're not dealing with this one, we are dealing with this one. You can see that so far this month, about 1,171,000 have passed through this account. That is the inflow, that is the money that comes in, and 1.9 million have went out of this account, which is to show you that this money is no audio money, and this is actually dropping. Like, this is a sale that I was actually making and the money is coming to my account. And the reason why this money is kind of lower to what you can see on my dashboard is that sometimes I do ask the self-delivery agent to remove their own fee before sending money to my account. So by doing it that way, then the money that's going to come in is not going to be the exact one you are going to find there. And you can also check my email, which is this is the email that was connected to my website. So you can see from here, these are all the orders I've gotten today. You can see that this one is today, and see today, Wednesday. So you can see that orders are actually popping in and order. So this money is real and this business is real. Everything about this business is real. I'm not telling you that you are going to make million when you enter this business, and the fact that a lot of people are actually making way more than this money, like way. I know about some people that are making not less than 7 million naira in sales every single month, and I know about some people that are making like 30 million naira in sales every single month. So people are actually making money in this business, and it's a very profitable business. I'm not going to lie for you, it's a very profitable business. Imagine you buying a product from China for 750 naira, reselling that same product for 8,500 naira in Nigeria. So it's a really good business. Now that you have seen how profitable this business is, I'm just going to attend to some of the questions I usually get from maybe my students or from my follower or from my subscriber. One of the questions is that can I start an importation business while still working 9-to-5 job or as a student? So the answer to this question is actually yes, and you can start this business even as busy as you can be. And you can either go 2 ways by doing this. Is either you get a warehouse company, like the company that you are going to send your goods to, and they are going to help you to keep it. Anytime you have an order, they are going to pick it up from there and deliver it. Or you can find someone maybe you trust, you can warehouse these goods for you. I've seen some people that do that. Maybe you are in Kano or you are in Castina and you want to be selling in Lagos. You actually need someone to be keeping these goods for you. You are not going to be sending the package to Lagos every time you have an order. So you can either find some people like that are going to keep the package for you, and they are going to help you to deliver it anytime you have an order. So the simple answer for this question is yes. The second question is that there's a lot of hardship in the country right now. Do people still buy products online like before? So this question is kind of right, because things are very hard right now. I'm not going to lie, it affects everybody, including myself, especially when the fuel subsidy was removed. So the answer to this question is yes, and the reason is because Lagos alone, I'm not really sure, but Lagos alone has, I think, 15 million people. Like 15 million people live in Lagos. And what that simply means is that you don't expect all these 18 million people to buy your product. What you just need is like 1,000 to 5,000 of them to buy your product. So if 15 million people live in Lagos, it's going to be very easy. It's going to be very, very easy for 1,000 people to buy your product. So if 1,000 people buy your product that you are selling for, let me just say 8,000 naira, that means you have made 8 million naira in sales. You understand? So this is just simple mathematics. So you don't need everybody to buy your product, and the fact that if just 1%, let's just assume that everybody is poor right now, like a lot of people are broke. But what if out of these 15 million people in Lagos, just 1% of them are rich that can afford anything they want to buy? Just 1%. So 1% of 15 million people is like 150,000 people. So, and you don't need all these 150,000 people to actually buy your product. You just need like few percent of them to actually buy your product. So no matter how hard the country is, there are still going to be some people that can afford your product without shaking. Like they can afford your product, they can afford anything, like anything. So the fact that a lot of people are crying that the country is hard and all that does not mean that people don't still have money in this country. There's money in this country, and the answer is yes. A lot of people can still buy products online, and this business is still booming. As that was the time I was recording this video. I don't know in future, maybe you are watching this video in 5 years time, 10 years time, or something like that. So but for now, the business is still booming, very, very booming, and people are still buying things online. So the other question said that, can I fail in importation business, and how? In e-commerce business or importation business, you can still fail, and the reason you can still fail is because there's what they call bad product. The moment you buy a bad product, then you are bound to fail. So another way you can fail is when Facebook banned your account. This happened to me in 2021. That Facebook, I was about to run Christmas advert. It was around 20th 19th of December. So Facebook banned my account. I get another account. They banned like 5 accounts within 2 days. I was so frustrated. I was just confused. Like I was just looking at product. I was just looking at all the products that I bought import from China in my phones, and there's nothing I can do about it. I cannot eat it. I cannot share it. What am I going to do? So at the end of the day, I was able to overcome that obstacle, and I was able to get another account to run the advert, and my advert started running, and I will start making sales. The answer is yes, you can still fail in importation business, but the chance of you failing is, I'm going to say, is low. So I'm just going to say there's 30% probability that you are going to fail. And the reason is because it's not as risky as the other business. The most common reason why you are going to fail is when you end up buying a bad product. And that is, I always tell people, you should always take product research serious. If you buy a good product and Facebook give you an issue, you can still sell that product in one way or the other. You can still get as accounts to run that advert as far as the product is good and you have a good offer. So, but if you buy a bad product, then you might end up with, like, people might not buy it. I myself have a lot of bad products, but it does not affect me because I've already made the profit from other products. So the last question here is that how much do I need to start? So some people want to know, how much do I need to start this business that making you a lot of money? So a few months ago, I made this video on how I was able to generate 2 million naira in 6 months with a zero capital from importation business. And from that business, from that video, I explained how I was able to start the business from a zero, basically, that with no capital. And I talk about how I was able to drop ship and make money. I was able to raise 35,000 naira from drop shipping. So if you don't know about drop shipping, I think I'm going to leave the video in the description of this video. Is a good business you can start if you don't have money, like you don't have capital. So after I was able to raise that 35,000 naira from dropshipping business, I now start importing from China. And in the space of 6 months, I was able to make sales worth of 2 million naira. So 6 months, from 0 to 2 million naira in 6 months. So in your own case, you might not get that kind of result because I had my own experience, my own expertise and all that. So that is what gave me that knowledge. So, but basically, I'm just going to say you can start the business with zero capital or a little amount. The little amount now depends on the kind of product you are importing, the kind of weight the product carries, and the other factors to consider. So there's no specific amount to start the business, but I said earlier, the amount to start the business depends on the kind of product you are buying, how expensive or cheap that product is, and how the weight of the product, if the product has a lot of weight or it has a light weight. So that is what we're going to determine how much you are going to use to start the business. But anywhere around, let me just say 35 to 100k, I'm just going to say on average is a good way to start the business. And as I said earlier, there's still other things to consider before you put that into perspective. So these are the few questions I was getting, and if you have any other question, you can ask. And if you also want to learn from me, you want to learn how I was able to do all this, then I have 2 courses on my website right now that you can enroll for. So one of the course is 0 to 7 figures e-commerce blueprint, and this is one of my first course that I launched. And in this course, that is where I break down everything you need to know about importation business or e-commerce business in general. And this is like wide, everything you need to know, every single thing you need to know about importation business. And this program only costs just 15,000 naira. And the other program I launched recently is the 0 to 7 figures e-commerce roadmap. And this is where I practically show how I was able to go from 0 to 2 million naira in 6 months running the e-commerce business. And one thing you should know that when you are learning from me compared to other people is that I've put together everything that you are going to need about this business. So unlike most e-commerce coach, most of them are going to tell you that if you want to learn how to import from China, just come and register for my class. And so basically what you are getting by the time you register on that class is just teach you how to register from 1688 or from Alibaba. And some of them go as far as if you want to learn how to buy yourself, register for my class. So they just, that is their own way of selling. That is their key point. But if you are learning from me, one, you are going to learn how you can import from China. 2, you are going to learn how you can design your own landing page. There is no point of someone teaching you, or let me just say, there's no point of someone taking you to Riverside and do not teach you how to fish. You just stay there. This is where you can fish, but you don't actually know how to fish. You don't know what to take. You don't know how to do it. So I just look at it in a way that why will you teach someone how to import from China without telling them how to sell this product? Or let me just assume that they are buying the product for personal use. Or are you telling me that they enroll for that class to buy the personal use product? So I might be wrong, but basically, if you are learning from me, you are going to be learning how to import, and you are going to be learning how to design your own landing page to sell your products. And also, you are going to be learning how to run Facebook advert, which is learning about Facebook adverts alone costs about 50,000 naira most time. And I'm currently working on my Facebook advert course, and I expect it to be launched before December. And if you enroll for this course, this particular course, this 0 to 7 figures roadmap, I also teach you how you can get someone to deliver for you though. But in this particular course I'm just going to say, if you are starting e-commerce business from scratch, if you want to take this course, if you are starting it from scratch, you want to take, because this is the course that I expand everything you have to know about e-commerce. I expand everything. I go into every part of the business, every part of the business. But in this particular course is like the advanced. If you have been to the e-commerce business for some time and you want to expand the business, you want to make more money and more profit, so this course is going to help you to do that. And so I just hope this video was helpful. And as I said in the beginning of this video, I don't do this because I want to show off. In fact, as I said earlier, this is nothing compared to what people are making in the business out there, and there's a lot of people out there that are been to this business that are making way more than what you are seeing here. 7 million, 10 million per month, 12 million, 13 million naira per month, and you can imagine the profit. So and the purpose of this video is not to show up or to brag, just to open your eyes to see what you stand to gain or what you stand to lose if you go into the importation business. So I hope you find this video valuable. I hope you find this video helpful. If you find this video helpful, kindly give this video a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell notification so that anytime I drop a new video just like this, you'll be among the first people to be notified.